everyone, it's me, Nagito, and I'm going to be reading some Nagito X Reader. This one is by Addicted to Anime, LOL. Okay, there's Nagito X Reader and Nagito X Mail Reader. Let's do Nagito X Reader. Nagito X Reader. You looked for Nagito everywhere. His room, the cafeteria, the beach, everywhere, except one place. You found him standing in the center of the place/room. You are not dumb, by the way. You are amazing and smart. He never actually realized your presence, so you just decided to hide and watch. You blended in with the shadows as you were wearing all black. Hoodie, pants/trousers, socks, shoes, and gloves as well. You hid and watched everything. He stabbed his hand after tying his ankles. You started silently crying at the sight. Okay, you were about to run out until you saw the spear that would end his life. You screamed as you emerged from the shadows. Running over to him, he looked at you with a shocked expression before his face returning to his normal one. A smile plastered on his face. "Hello, last name," he said with his voice you oh so loved. You started crying, even more when he Smoke? Smoke! It's smoke now! Even more when he smoke! Don't smoke, kids. It's bad. You started crying even more when he spoke. "What are you doing, Ko?" you asked. He chuckled before answering with a question. "I shall not answer, but may I ask, what are you doing here, Angel of Hope?" Whoa. You furrowed your brows at him. You were upset at the sight of him like this. "I don't know," you responded. He chuckled again before giving you the most fake smile. "Why are you doing this?" you asked, not expecting an answer. "I want to find out who the traitor may be," he answered, your eyes widened. "The traitor?" you asked obliviously. He nodded. "There's a traitor whom is working with Makoto Naegi," he responded. You nodded and flashed him a frown. A frown? Yes, a frown. And flashed him a frown. "So why are you killing yourself?" you asked, and he responded very diligently. "Because if I kill myself, the traitor will be the one whom tries to stop everything that will happen," he responded. You were confused as ever. He never made a lot of sense, but ignore your confusion. Yes, that makes sense. "So, what if I told you I know who the traitor is?" you asked him. His eyes lit up, and he gave you a pleasing look. "I would bounce with joy," he continued. "Do you actually know whom the traitor is?" You nodded. "Well, may you tell trash like me?" "That is something I would say. Thank you, that was very on point," he asked. You furrowed your eyebrows before answering. "If need be." He gave you a bright smile. You sighed. "The traitor is..." You cut him off by pulling the spear from his hand so he could sit up. You silently gagged at the sight. You ignored it, though. "The traitor is someone who you... How should I tell you whom it is?" He continued. I know. The traitor is someone whom is in love with you." He looked at you with a dumbfounded expression. "No one could love trash like me, last name," he yelled. You rolled your eyes. "You're not trash." You continued once again. "I am trash." "Are you sure you want to know? Because if I tell you, you will hate them," you stated as he nodded as soon as you finished speaking. "I wouldn't hate the person," he yelled at you. You sighed before responding to him. "You will. Well, I'll risk it. The traitor is me." You lowered your voice at the end so he could barely hear you. "You're the traitor?" he asked. You nodded slowly, unsure on how he would react. He frowned before pulling you into an embrace. "You love me?" he asked. You nodded once again and returned the embrace. "Well, I love you as well. Not that trash like me has the right to, but I'd rather telling you. My brain hurts." You could feel his smile even though he wasn't resting his face on your shoulder or on the crook of your neck. You smiled also before grabbing the knife that was in your pocket. You let go of him fully and rested your head on his shoulder as an indexation. That's a big word. A big word for a big brain. For him to keep you in his warm embrace. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time reading this. You rested your left/right arm on his shoulder and stabbed yourself in the stomach using your dominant hand. Ooh. I'm sorry. You choked up some blood, causing Nagito to let go of you. He looked down at your stomach and saw what you have done. What? He asked, tears falling out of his eyes. Anyway, my throat just started hurting. How long have I been recording? 5 minutes. Why is this taking me 5 minutes? What? He asked. Tears started falling out of his eyes. He gave a warm smile before speaking. I love you. You whispered before falling to his arms, almost lifeless. Please promise me you coughed up more blood as you took the knife out of your stomach. Please promise me you'll survive. I died for you. Why does he keep doing that? And tell the truth. Don't let them suspect you. You coughed at the end. He screamed before picking you up and racing out of wherever you both were. He ran to the hospital and screamed for someone. Please, survive, and just let me die, you whispered. He shook his head, tears blurring his sight. I love you. Don't die. Please, was the last thing you heard until you woke up. Time skip. Oh. This is really sad. This is really, really sad. You woke up in a bed which wasn't yours. You looked around and saw you were in a hospital room. You sighed and sat up but failed terribly as your stomach was hurting so bloomin' much. Okay. You laid your head on the pillow and looked to the side of you. You saw Nagito sitting in a chair next to your bed, holding your pale hand. Nagito? You asked weakly. He opened his eyes to see you awake. He screamed with joy and gently hugged you. My dear, you're awake! You smiled at him and returned the hug. You moved to the edge of the bed and patted the left side of you for him to join you in it. He did so. He pulled the covers over you and rested his right hand under you, pulling you close to his chest so he could hug you once more. You returned it. I'm so glad you're okay, my dear, he yelped with joy. You giggled, resting your head on his chest. And I'm glad you are too, my Hope Bagel. He chuckled at his new nickname. Never leave me like that again. I won't. You held on to that promise. Why not? That was pretty nice, actually. Thank you for that. You simp for me? Hold on! Wow. Thank you for that, Addicted to Anime. That is very, very nice for you to make a fanfic about me. Well, thank you for watching this video. And also, don't forget to have a hope-filled day, night, evening, morning. And I'll see you in the next one.